Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Snyder and Wrestling. And now, we're going to do a review of AEW Dynamite from April 26, 2023. And we got one hell of a goddamn show. Very interesting things, which we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about them. Yeah, so I know you're probably thinking, if you've subscribed to this channel, he's put out 3 videos today. Yep. That might happen. That might happen. Not full sure, but it might happen on some thing. It depends if I got stuff to talk about. If I got stuff to talk about, we'll talk about it. Simple stuff. But we were live in Florida, I believe. So it's gonna be fun to see what they got going on. We open the show with Orange Cassidy versus Bandito for the AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy on his 20th title defense. That is what this match should be. His 20th title defense if he wins. This match is, in my opinion, the best match on the show. This is the best match on the show. I love the way it went. Orange Cassidy has become a constant in he's become a constant when it comes to his championship defenses. They're always good. I don't think there's anyone who's been on this much of a consecutive roll, putting out as many good matches as Orange Cassidy has. He's the best champ AEW, I think, has had. Now, there's going to be people who argue with me. I know there's going to be people who think Kenny Omega or whatever. When it comes to in-ring action, I don't know if there's anyone better than Orange Cassidy. I'll say it. Fight me. I will fight you all in the comments who disagree with me. I'll fight y'all. Cassidy mocks Bandito with the hands in pockets and kind of do a little, like, because, Bandito goes off the ropes and does a flip move, so, Owens goes off the ropes. There's a little, like, slow motion, like, lazy somersault. A little cartwheel. And that's the mind game. He also, like, just fakes out a suicide dive, just puts his hands in his pocket, playing little mind games. But when he actually goes for a suicide dive, Bandito catches him and drops him on the barricade, and that's how he gets control. He has control during picture-in-picture. Bandito hits a stolen suplex through picture-in-picture, like, it for a good last minute of it. It's just a stolen suplex. I'm pretty sure he was still doing it, like, as we came back from picture-in-picture. Cassidy makes a comeback. Orange hits a Michinoku driver, but Bandito kicks out. Bandito hits like a one-arm suplex from the apron when Orange is on the apron back into the ring, which looked awesome. Bandito hits a pop-up cutter, but Cassidy somehow kicks out. Bandito hits a one-arm military press and a frog splash, but Cassidy kicks out of that. Cassidy manages then somehow to hit a pop-up Orange punch and the beach break to win and retain for his 20th title defense. Unbelievable matchup. It is the match of the night. I don't care what anyone says. It's the match of the night. What a freaking match between Orange Cassidy and Bandito here. I don't know how often Bandito's going to be around, but every time he is, he's good. But I'm curious who's the one that's going to beat Orange Cassidy for that belt. I don't even think they know. I think they just keep letting them get wins, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Adam Cole says he's going to call out Chris Jericho later, and then this part's funny, because Renee's interviewing him, and Cole leaves, and Orange Cassidy And Bandito walks in, and Owens goes, "Hey Renee, you here to interview us after our match?" And Renee's like, "No, I was talking to Adam Cole over a thing that happened with Chris Jericho and him last week. Guys weren't there, so you're gonna know." And Cassidy just goes, "Oh," and just walks away. Then Bandito look at Renee and goes, "Oh," and just walks away. That made me laugh. I don't know why it did, but that made me laugh. Yeah, it was very funny. We then have our next matchup, which is the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, and one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood. I knew these two teams were going to rival each other. I knew it. I knew it because of the fact that FTR are the type of people that would want to have a rivalry with Jeff Jarrett. They are. It's just too old school. It's an old school guy, and they love that shit. They are absolutely people who are going to want to do that. It is absolutely a rivalry. I knew it was going to I knew it would be their first rivalry back. I knew it. I fucking called that shit. I am confused why this rivalry is literally over Mark Briscoe's affection. I don't know Mark Briscoe is someone I'd want to be fighting for the affection over. Nothing against him. He just doesn't look like someone I'd be, putting my life on the line to freaking get his approval. Just, that's all. Everyone is banned from ringside, although clearly that doesn't really have much impact at the end of the day when it comes to the finish of this match. These guys have an okay match. They do chain wrestling at the start. Dax hits some nice chops. Jarrett keeps going for the strut, but Dax just won't let it. He keeps stopping him. But Jarrett is finally able to do it after he takes control. He drops Dax off the top rope and then sends him into the turnbuckle. They also pull on the outside during picture-in-picture. Dax hits a diamond headbutt, but Jarrett kicks out. Dax also ends up hitting a pile driver, but Jarrett able to kick out of that. Jarrett's able to almost win with a roll-up. And then as Dax is building momentum, looking to put the match away, Sanjay Dutt, who was banned from ringside, that was the rule, runs out and trips the leg of him and holds the leg. Dax able to kick out, but clearly the referee don't care because they don't do anything. They don't do anything here. It was so weird. If they're banned from ringside, you gotta keep that rule. You gotta hold that rule. Because if you don't, what the fuck's the point? You gotta keep that rule in effect. But Dax chases Sanjay around and leads him to get hit with the stroke by Jarrett to win. Jeff Jarrett pins Dax Harwood, which confirms now they're gonna get a tag title match. Jesus Lord of Hell. I don't even know what to say to this. Can y'all just keep rules? Can y'all just follow rules? Is that so hard to do? Literally, is that so hard to do? I mean, it's AEW, of course it is. It's fucking rocket science to keep rules in effect. Besides, they were able to do in a match later on. I'll get to that in a sec. Well, no, I'll say that. I'm surprised because Tyra's fucking match thing was she couldn't hit the Road to Valhalla. I was surprised she didn't just hit it anyways. The ref probably wouldn't have done anything. The ref would have been like, oh, what? And then she could have just pinned him one. The refs don't know how to follow rules. Tony Khan does a thing, and he's blinking. He does not make me uncomfortable this time. He announces that the Owen Hart tournament will be... The Owen Hart Memorial Tournament, Owen Hart Cup, whatever they call it. The Owen Hart Tournament will return at Double or Nothing, and it will go on. They said everything will be done in Canada. Every match will be done in Canada. Except you don't have that many Dynamites in Canada. So most of this is going to be done on house shows? Is that what I'm going to get from this? Most of this is going to be done in a house show situation? That doesn't sound... That can't be, but you're not doing that many shows in Canada, so... I'm confused. I know some will have it for Forbidden Door, which is good, because I'll be at Forbidden Door. But, like, that left me confused somewhat. Yeah, good. Good that they're doing it again. I'm curious who's going to win this year, because last year was Adam Cole and Britt Baker. I don't think it'll be them this year, so I'm curious who wins this time. We get the new TNT champ, even though, like, he's a free-time champ now. Wardlow is in action with Arn Anderson. Wardlow just destroys the guy he's with. Hits him with 4 power bombs, quick squash just to get him over, which is fine. That happens sometimes, so it's not that big of a deal. Arn Anderson gets a promo. And he goes, this was weird. He goes, everyone's wondering why Beauty and the Beast, calling himself the Beast, Arn Anderson is, and says, why are you guys together? Why? He doesn't actually answer the question, really. Like, he just goes, you know, the NFL draft's coming up tomorrow, and sometimes you pick your number 1 pick, and they turn into a dynasty, and Wardlow, you are AEW's dynasty, which I guess is their reasoning. But then Arn goes, I want you to know something, you're going to have to gouge someone eye out. You're going to have to bite someone's thumb off. I was waiting for him to say you might have to pull out a Glock. Like, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for him to say it. But he gets interrupted by Christian and Luchasaurus. And it looks like Luchasaurus will be the next contender to Wardlow. And will probably be the next one to beat him. For Wardlow to take it back. Because apparently that's just the new routine of the TNT title. But, like, they go to a stare-down with Christian and Luchasaurus think better of it. They walk away. I'm curious to see what happens here. I'm curious to see how that match goes. Looks like it could be a fun match. Luchasaurus and Wardlow. So I'm interested to see it. Then things get bizarre. So, because they'll come back from commercial and they're like, let's take up to our broadcast thing, RJ City. And I was like, what? I don't remember the last time RJ City's been on television. Turns out I realized why he was this time. Because RJ City goes to start talking and then BAM! Jon Moxley. Forearm to the face. Laying him right out. Moxley says they're going to leave scars tonight. And then Wheeler Yuta with a little kick afterwards. Just to be a dick. So yeah, we're going to see more Blackpool Combat Club later on tonight. We get our next matchup, which is Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin in an AEW Pillars Tournament Final. And we got MJF on commentary, and he is fucking insufferable. This is the one... He made me laugh, but I got sick of him and Tony. Him and Tony just keep going on, especially because every fucking 2 minutes he tells Tony a freaking fat ass prick or whatever it is, and I'm like, I get it, like, it's a funny insult. Like, Tony calls him a prick later on, like, it's not funny to me. That part's not funny. It got very fucking generically boring. This match itself, in ring-wise, is really good, actually. Darby locks in a submission, but Sammy's able to get out of it. Sammy sends Darby into the ring post, and also moonsaults him on the outside, and Darby's busted open. They don't really mention it, which is weird. Like, I don't think they ever mention on commentary that Darby's cut open, because it's just one side of his face bleeding, but they just barely mentioned it, it seemed. Unless I just didn't hear it. Sammy locks in the walls of Jericho, but Darby reaches the ropes. One funny line when MJF was like, we both learned this we were in the inner circle. And I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that storyline when MJF was in the inner circle. I completely forgot about that. My bad. So this next part's weird. So Sammy hits a frog splash doing the Eddie thing and then hits the three amigos and hit the three amigos. This is when doing an Eddie thing just is weird to me. Because there's no reason to do an Eddie thing. Literally, there was nothing in this situation that caused an Eddie tribute. They just did it. It was really weird. I don't know what the reason for it was. It just seemed bizarre. So I don't, like, I wasn't angry that Sammy did it, but I was so confused on why he did it. Because Sammy doing an Eddie thing in Florida, randomly in a match with Darby Allin, just seems so weird. Like, I don't know. It was really weird to me. Darby counts the third attempt at an Amigo and hits a Scorpion Death Drop, and no one just mentions it. Sammy catches Darby out of a suicide dive with a cutter, which looked really, really good. Sammy hits a top of Spanish fly after the distraction from Ty Mello, but Darby puts his hand on the rope. Then there's the other part that made note, which just proves this referee I have some questions here. So, Sammy Guevara brings out a table, puts Darby on the table, and does a 630 off the top rope through the table. Darby's laying on the table, 630 through the table. Not a DQ. Ref saw it. No distractions. The ref just saw it. Nothing. Not a rule is broke. It's not a DQ. Nothing. Completely fine. This is where it gets stupid. Darby is back in the ring. Darby gets in control, doing some stuff, and then MJF throws Darby the fucking skateboard. And Sammy does an Eddie Guerrero, because apparently this whole night apparently Sammy felt in Florida to do a bunch of Eddie Guerrero tributes. And he does, and he falls down, and the ref sees it. And the referee just calls a DQ. So let me get this, let me get AEW referee rules quickly. So if you see a man do a move through a table, that is a DQ. 100% DQ without doubt. If you see Darby Allin holding the skateboard that he might not have used and you didn't see him used, that's a DQ. Someone explain to me how these referees got taught, because it makes no sense. The rules don't make sense with them. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Why are AEW referees so stupid? Oh. God damn. Freaking MJF and Sammy are celebrating because that means they're the main event of Double or Nothing. They try to beat up Darby. Jungle Boy makes the save. And then Tony Schiavone calls MJF a prick on a microphone and then says, announces the tag match, which is MJF, Sammy versus, and Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin and Jungle Boy. Where Jungle Boy and Darby Allin win, it will become a Pillars 4-way at Double or Nothing. I'm like, okay, so that's how you get into 4. That's the confusing dipshit ass way you'll get into a 4-way. Okay, I don't know why you're doing that, but like, sure. Fucking sure. It was a fine reveal. It's just a very, like, the whole road to just get this 4-way done has been bafflingly confusing to me. I don't even know what to say about it. Literally don't. Adam Cole comes out for a promo to call out Chris Jericho, which he does. English, Jericho shows up on the screen and tells Cole he doesn't want to be anywhere near him. He's not going to fight him. He's not going to do anything with him tonight. But his guys will, and he sends the JAS to beat down Cole, which Cole just dives in for the fight, but he doesn't stand a chance. Owens, Cassidy, and Bandito make a save, which is very bizarre. And then, so they're beating them down, and I'm trying to figure out who's gonna make the save. I'm like, oh, it might be the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed might make the save. That's what my brain thinks. And then the music starts playing that my brain didn't click, didn't recognize, didn't hear. And then, this is where I really got confused. OS pops on. It's supposed to be Roderick Strong's freaking thing. But it looked like it said SRS. So I was like, is Sean Rob Sapp about to show up and just make the save in freaking Florida? Randomly? But make the save and that? No. It's Roderick Strong. He comes out, which got a big pop out of me. He's alive. Runs down the ring and completely cleans house by himself. Lays out everyone and sends all them packing. Good for Roderick Strong for return, getting out of WWE, man. They could not have cared less about him. Also, good on them for not getting it, revealed. Because, it wasn't mentioned by anybody. At least to my knowledge, no one brought up, Roderick had been released. Or his, contract expired, or whatever it was that happened. That was insane. So he just showed up, and he got a massive pop, and it was really cool. I'm glad to see Roderick Strong back, and he's reunited with Cole. There's an interesting stare down between Roderick, because Roderick and Cole hug, and then there's an interesting stare down between Roddy and Cole versus Cassidy and Bandito. So I don't know if anything will happen there, or if it's just a 8-man tag. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen there. But Roderick Strong has arrived in AEW. He is all elite, and I can't wait to see the matches he's gonna have. We about to see real good Roderick Strong right here. Then we go to the next match, which is Taya Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. And I didn't like this match. It didn't... There's a couple okay moments in it, but it didn't do nothing for me. And I think maybe it's because I knew that Cargill was winning, so I don't care now. If Cargill has a match, I don't really care. And I think that might be an issue for me. It might be why. So that's probably the reason, but it's so... It sucks that I just don't care about the matches immediately. But I'll run down the notes I got. Taya stops Jade from skinning the cat when she tries to, but Jade ends up dropping Taya on the apron and make her do a splits. She then sends her onto the floor. Jade during picture-in-picture sends over the stairs and works her over, but of course when we come back from picture-in-picture, Taya makes the comeback, because that happens all the time. Taya hits a blue thunder bomb, but Jade kicks out. We get a superplex by Jade, and apparently Jade hit a Canadian Destroyer. I didn't see that because I was making the note. But there you go, that's all you need. That tells you a lot. Jade hit a Canadian Destroyer, but Taya kicks out. Taya hits a double foot stomp, but Jade kicks out of that. And then, Taya goes to hit her finisher, and I forget what it's called. But it's her version of the Jaded. And it's banned from this match. Like I said, she probably could have hit the move anyways, and no one would have said anything, because the referees here don't know how to call rules. Because she lets it go, Jade's able to get a quick roll-up on Taya to win and retain, like there was any doubt. And then Taya just gets super match. She gets a freaking winner loca match. She just starts beating up Mark Sterling. She beats up the other person. Jade escapes. Aubrey's yelling at her, and then yelling at fucking Jade, and then Taya almost goes to hit Aubrey with the goddamn finisher, which fucking blew my mind. I was like, God damn, Taya, calm down. Calm down, woman. Jesus, guys. So yeah, that's how that ends. Jade's able to walk out and survive as the, give me a minute. As the TBS champion. There it is. I forgot what the belt was called. I should have scrolled up to my notes, but I forgot what the belt was called. And then we go to our main event, which is the Butcher and Blade versus Kenny Omega and Kosuke Takeshita. I'm probably gonna mess that up every time I say it. Takeshita? If I say it wrong, fucking blame it on me. It's not my fucking, it ain't my job. But like, I was shocked this was the main event. Cause I'm like, has the Butcher and Blade ever main evented any AEW show? Like any one of them. Like Rampage even. Have they ever main evented Dynamite or Rampage before this match? I can't think they have. I cannot think it's possible they have. It's insane to me that this was the main event. Also, because like, the only reason I knew this was the main event, I was like, okay, well, something's going down. I just don't know what it is. Bryan Danielson is on commentary, and he's also somewhat in stuff. I didn't like him either. But that's just fucking my preference. I don't like people yell the entire match. Blade goes at Takeshita. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I can't. It's how my brain is gonna be able to say it. I can't say some. I'm not the greatest with English. But he goes at him. They work over Blade, Omega, and them do, and then I'll call him Konosuke because I'm pretty sure that's his name, the first name, so I can say that. On the outside, the Butcher. Well, after Kip Sabian distracts Omega, Omega goes at him, Penelope Ford gets involved, and then the ref somehow is distracted, probably by the existence of no one, and Butcher lays him out. I think Kip also doesn't move to him, but I didn't see what it was, because I was finding out Butcher laid him out. Then they get to work over Omega. Omega is able to make a comeback and tie it in Konosuke. Konosuke makes the hot tag and lays everybody out. Konosuke is a brain buster, but Butcher kicks out. We had nice tag moves by the Butcher and the Blade. Konosuke is able to hit a blue thunderbomb though on the Butcher, but Blade breaks up the pin. In the end, Omega does a dive onto Blade and Kip Sabian, and Konosuke hits the knee strike. I forget what they called it, but hits the knee strike to win. As a match, it's fine. There was literally nothing special to it. I didn't expect anything, considering the fact the way the Butcher and Blade are presented. Bryan Danielson starts cutting the promo, and then they attack, Blackpool Combat Club attack Omega from behind. The Bucks come out to make the save, and they super kick people, and they start and they have Mox in the position, and they have the screwdriver, and they're gonna do the screwdriver, but Konosuke comes in and stops them, doesn't want them to do it, Bryan Danielson somewhat convinces him to do that, but he doesn't want them to go that far, and it ends up allowing the Blackpool Combat Club to have control. And they lay out the Bucks and I think Mox hits Omega the paradigm shift. And then they're celebrating with Takeshita. They're celebrating. They're raising his hand. And Konosuke goes, "No, I'm not in this." And then they Wheeler Yuta with the massive low blow. And then the freaking screwdriver into the head to end the goddamn thing. He's bleeding. Konosuke's bleeding. And that's how they end the show with just a ruthless attack by the Blackpool Combat Club. Insane match. Insane ending to the show. So yeah, that's how the show ends. I very much enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed this episode of AEW Dynamite. Yeah, it was really fun. So, that is it for this review here. We got a Roderick Strong debut. We got a Manny and a Screwdriver in there. We got an awesome match. Chino's casting Bandito. We got a hell of a show here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of AEW Dynamite in the comments section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.